the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Good evening and welcome to our meeting for this evening. I need to ask for a roll call. Trustee Berenger?
Berenger's present.
Trustee Ferraro?
Ferraro present.
Trustee Carl?
Carl present.
Trustee O'Connor?
O'Connor present.
And Mayor Dwyer, thank you. Next order of business is department reports. I need a motion to accept them. However, one of the department reports is out of order, and specifically, the courts has some errors that I'm going to ask the clerk to bring to their attention. We won't accept the department reports, or we could accept all the department reports except for the court, because their report is incorrect. Can we do that, or should we just not adopt the reports as submitted, even though it's just the court that is not compliant?
Well, you can adopt all of them but the court.
So I make a motion, or ask somebody to make a motion to adopt all the department reports as submitted, except for the court.
Berenger will make that motion.
Second?
Carl second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye. Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye. Just let them know that they need to review it and see the inconsistencies. Okay. Next order of business is the approval of the meeting minutes of November 18th. I need a motion to accept the minutes as submitted by the clerk.
Carl will make that motion.
Ferraro second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye. Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business, budget transfers and modifications as submitted by the treasurer. I need a motion to accept.
Carl will
Berenger,
make the motion.
Berenger will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye. Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business is the appointment of Juan Zuniga, part-time Assistant Building Inspector 3, Building Code Enforcement Department. Trustee O'Connor?
Be it resolved, the Board of Trustees hereby appoints Juan Zuniga of Warwick, New York, to the position of part-time Assistant Building Inspector 3, effective December 17th, 2025, at an hourly rate of $25. Mr. Zuniga currently serves as a part-time account clerk, typist, and pre-approval for a part-time Assistant Building Inspector title has been granted by the Orange County Department of Human Resources. I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
Carl will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye. Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Next order of business, the appointment of Jacob Castana, Village Hall seasonal intern. Trustee O'Connor?
Be resolved, the Board of Trustees approves the appointment of Jacob Castana, Monroe, New York, to the position of seasonal intern. Pre-approval has been received from the Orange County Department of Civil Service. Mr. Castana will be paid at an hourly rate of $19 an hour. I'd like to put that into the form of a motion.
Second, please.
Carl will second.
Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye. Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business is Sid Pino, full-time provisional parking enforcement officer. Trustee Berenger?
Be resolved, the Board of Trustees appoints Yasid Pino to the position of provisional full-time parking enforcement officer, effective December 17th, 2025, at an hourly rate of $25.96 per hour. The necessary MSD 426-B will be submitted to Orange County Department of Human Resources, and I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
Second, please.
O'Connor will second.
Discussion?
Yes, just to clarify, he's not involved with the bargaining unit, correct?
No. No, he's actually a handbook employee here in the village.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, we got a first and second. Further discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye. Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Thank you. Okay, next order of business is the Village of Monroe Board of Trustees resolution concerning the violation of property maintenance to SBL 206-3-11. When we last left this off, council, it was to confirm and resolve that we were not going to.
That is correct.
And where is that suggested here?
It If you go down to the fourth, whereas the owner did appear and offered testimony and evidence, and it goes on to talk about the handicapped mother, etc. And then the next, whereas the Board of Trustees is authorized to undertake to remedy. And then in the next whereas, in this instance, the Board of Trustees has heard from the owner and is satisfied that the violations will be remedied forthwith.
Yep.
Now therefore be it resolved
Sure.
that no further action is required. However, the second, be it further resolved, the residents still remain responsible for complying with the law. And finally, you're asking the clerk to send a certified copy of this resolution.
Okay. So just so the public understands, we had a violation issued to a SBL or property here in the Village of Monroe. There was a due process hearing that was held. The owners came in, explained the situation to the effect that the village board took up the matter and said, based upon the response from the owner, and the case is an individual case, did allow us to have some discretion here. We did so, and as such, I'm going to read the following resolution. So as per Village Code, Article 1, Section 155A, there 6F, no motor vehicle of any kind as defined herein may be parked or stored on any front, rear, or side yard of the property located in a residential zoning district, except as permitted in Section 200-44 of the zoning code. The specific violation is a motor vehicle parked on the front lawn. There has been failure to remedy. Whereas the long-standing violations of the Village Property Maintenance Law, Chapter 155A, there 6F of the Village Code have existed at 111 High Street, Village of Monroe, New York, designated as tax map SBL 206-3-11, and whereas the property owner has been given proper and lawful notice of said violation and have been directed to correct the violation, and whereas the property owner was given a due notice of a due process hearing to be held by the Board of Trustees on November 18, 2025 at 7 p.m. And whereas the owner did appear and offer testimony and evidence that her only handicapped and elderly mother parks on the front lawn to avoid walking up the long driveway, and to further testify that she or her husband has in the past and will in the future immediately remove the car from the driveway. And whereas the Board of Trustees is authorized pursuant to Section 155-6F of the Property Maintenance Law to authorize that the village undertake the remedy of such violation of the property at owner's expense and cost. Whereas in this instance, the Board of Trustees has heard from the owner and is satisfied that the violations will be remedied forthwith. Now therefore be resolved that the Board of Trustees has determined that not further action is required, being satisfied that the owner has remedied the violation and will continue to abide by the standards of the Property Maintenance Law. And be it further resolved that the owner shall, like all residents of the village, remain responsible for any further or any other violations that would be issued by the code enforcement officer or the building inspector, and that any future violation shall be subject to the procedures for remedy. Lastly, be it further resolved, the village clerk shall mail a certified copy of this resolution and be mailed to the property owner via certified mail. So I need a motion from the board, acknowledging that there will be no penalty administered to the owner, and that the owner has given us the proper information, and the board at its discretion has ruled that there is no violation. So I need a motion to accept that, and I think the clerk is going to kind of muscle that a little bit.
Just going to correct a couple of errors.
Okay. So, having said that, I need a motion to accept it.
Carl will make the motion.
Second?
Ferraro, second.
Further discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Okay, the next order of business was a discussion that we were gonna have, and council, I think you've done some homework here for us and have shown us some local determinations and other areas of concern that have been addressed, for the areas we're concerned about, for the public to understand. What we're having is garbage in the Village of Monroe is picked up on Mondays and Thursdays typically, barring a holiday, which would be Tuesdays and Fridays, or barring them not having a national holiday and then not be a pickup on the Monday and Thursday. So, but what's happening is, after the garbage is picked up on a pickup day, there is no garbage pail being removed and brought back up into their home or their garage or onto the side of the home. So the board has been looking at, we've gotten a lot of complaints about it, so we're looking to see what we could do to provide for the correction of this behavior. Council was tasked with the idea of what to do, and we're having that discussion this evening.
Yeah, and I've sent the board numerous provisions I found in other codes. It's really up to the board to decide what you think might fit here, and that can then be added to the local law. So you would revise the local law and add this provision. So I think if the issue is that they're just not being put back, the homeowners are not taking them back, then a lot of these address when they can put them out and when they have to take them back. So we can model that language, just let me know what the timeframes are.
So I think the conversation is garbage that gets put out in the morning, I suppose, preceding or on the day of, and then there's a period of time.
The night before.
Night before, right.
Well, I think like for me, when I'm looking at the 6 a.m.,
That's too late.
That's too early.
it is, because
It's too late.
well, no, my feeling is if the bear are coming, like in the warmer weather, I don't put my garbage out the night before. We run out in the morning, but my garbage man comes around 6:20. But I know, Andy, you said yours comes like 4 p.m.
Yeah.
So I feel like,
In the afternoon.
Yeah.
yeah, so I just feel like saying 6 a.m., I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna run around and go, it's 6,
Usually
you
about
know.
20 after 4 in my development, 20 after 4 to 5 o'clock, they're picking.
PM,
You're honestly.
AM.
oh, AM.
AM,
Yeah.
they're picking up,
You're just never really sure, because then there are times that they come earlier.
yeah.
So you really don't know. So
Yep.
the safest way is, in the evening, maybe 7, after 5, after 6, and put it out.
Do they ever throw you a curveball? Like sometimes they throw it to me, sometimes they won't come before 10. Sometimes they come at 5:30.
Well, yesterday they didn't show up until 5:30
At night?
at night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just feel like saying 6 a.m., like I said, if bear, when it's the warm weather, I don't put mine out at night.
Well, I don't seem to have
Yeah.
that problem.
Okay.
Never had it.
I don't know if this,
I have a tight lid.
I don't know if there's a concern about the restriction on when, like not later than 6 a.m. They may
Well,
be,
you put it out the night before, normally it's dark, so nobody sees it, it's in the
Right.
morning. But the issue, and I brought it to this board's attention in the past, and hopefully with the new administration at the town level, is the garbage company, when they come through, they leave the garbage pails in the street. And sometimes they sit there till Thursday. We gotta get the garbage hauler to not leave the pails in the street. Because the street sweeper just zigzags in and out, he's not up along the curb because of garbage pails. And now we're seeing it with the snow plows, plowing around the garbage pails. 'Cause
And we
we
need,
left it in
and we need
street.
the residents to put the garbage cans back. I think that's the biggest issue,
That's the
is that
biggest
they
issue.
sit there for days.
even if they were left in the streets, if somebody was diligent about picking them up, it would be half the problem.
Yeah, it would be.
so do you want to specify a time at which they must be put out? And then, like the first thing says 8 hours later, you have to bring it back? I mean,
But yours wouldn't even be done in 8 hours.
No, mine wouldn't have been
Yeah.
done in 8 hours.
Well,
I-
do you put it out at 8 p.m. the night before at the earliest, and you have to take it back in by 8 p.m. the following night?
Yeah.
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 But you're saying it has to go out at 8 p.m.?
No,
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 okay.
beginning at 8 p.m.
I gotcha.
You can.
You can make it your discretion.
Yeah, people have to come home from work.
So no earlier than 8 p.m.
Preceding,
Sometimes I put mine out earlier than that, to be honest with you.
well, you're gonna get violated.
No, jeez.
meeting,
That's gonna be a problem.
I think it's more about removing.
and then
I think we need
And
to worry
then
more about removing
taken
and not
back
having
by
to
8
change.
And unfortunately, most of it's common sense, but,
Well, the challenge with that is very similar to what we're dealing with the snow right now. I don't know if you've read any of the chat.
I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah. I mean, me, myself, I've probably gotten a dozen parking tickets in the last 6 years here, myself. I've gotten a seatbelt ticket in the last 7 years. Break the law, you gotta deal with it. So, all right, so do we wanna pick a time to just move
well,
it?
you know, let's say 6 PM, because those that may eat their dinner, get their garbage out on a Wednesday night, you know, they finish up dinner by 6 o'clock, get their garbage out to the street, 6 PM.
And pick it up 6 PM the following night?
No, I don't think 6 o'clock this following night, if yours is coming at 5.
Yeah, you just never know by that night. There has to be more.
So how about 8 PM?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that sounds good.
So put out no earlier than 6 PM
The preceding day,
the preceding day and pick.
and then the day of the garbage,
back.
8
Okay.
PM.
I can draft that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else specifically that anybody saw here? I didn't see, I see the
Well-
pickup is mostly the biggest issue.
This deals with trash and rubbish, not recycle, correct?
Right, I mean, I don't know how your recycling works.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, and it's an open bin.
Yeah,
That's the other problem.
That's a problem. I think that the district, the garbage district needs to
Provide.
look at. Those bins from the when we start, 1992?
93, yeah.
It's the same bin that's been out there, and it's open.
I have the same one that
Yeah.
I came when I
The
built my
wind
house.
blows it away.
There's papers, bottles blowing down the street.
Yeah.
It needs to be in an enclosed.
I have a tote right here across the street in my building, 95-gallon tote. Cardboard has to go in there, and I tell the tenants it has to be cut up. Do not put a box, because 4 boxes in the 95-gallon finished. That doesn't help anybody.
Yeah.
So do you want to say put out all refuse and garbage, including recyclables?
No,
But in the text, it says covered for trash and rubbish, so you just can't make a blank statement like that.
we're saying maybe that's something specific to the recycle day.
Yeah.
So back in the day, people put cans, bottles, and plastics, but cardboard is really becoming a big challenge.
Okay, so you want recyclables in a bag? I don't understand. My recyclables go in a bag, in a separate, I have to bag them in clear plastic
Like a
bag,
clear-
and I put them in a special bin. I have 2 bins, one for garbage and that stuff, and one for recyclables.
Is there a closed door bin?
Yeah.
But-
And that's
Does
what
it
we
say
don't have.
anything on it? Or
Yeah,
is
it
one you
says,
bought?
well, one's blue.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
see, but your trash allows you to put it into a clear plastic bag. They
Mhm.
stopped that here. When we had that meeting with the trash removal people, they said no clear plastic is to be allowed.
Then what do you
I
put?
don't know, yeah, that's what they said. All we can use is that open bin.
You just throw it in this bin?
And like, I would need like
Open
6
bin.
of them.
It's
It looks like a laundry basket.
It's just
Yeah.
a big basket.
Like a big
And then you
green
put the
crate
basket out?
with no
Yeah.
Yeah,
holes.
and it blows around and blows, so it's not a
Well,
great
I
system, it
mean,
really isn't.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about that, if that's what the trash
And we have an
company
existing
is-
contract through the town that they call, that whatever they agree to in the contract, including the open bin, which John pointed out, I've got the same bin actually since 93.
Mhm.
So that's what I use.
Mine sounds
But the
okay.
cardboard, if I have cardboard, will cut it up into panels, tie it, and put it out.
So I guess in your local law, you could say that, I mean, you could certainly address all cardboard has to be cut up and,
Well-
tied. That's one thing. I don't know about the recyclable bin, though, that's a problem, right?
I think if we want to
Well,
move
it's single
forward.
stream,
Yeah.
by
I
the way.
think we can't really make some of those
We
rules
can't say
unless we
anything
talk
about
to the yeah.
recycle right now. I think if we're gonna
Yeah.
push the trash part, because those are big ugly cans and stuff, and we'll have to talk to the trash companies and see about a better recycling container.
I think there should be a tote with a closed door, 95-gallon, like they have for garbage,
That's
Yeah.
like what
Same
we
thing for the-
have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it should be blue.
yeah.
That's what I have, so
and I would love to be able to use clear plastic again. We
Yeah,
were
but that-
allowed to use that at one time.
Well, who is your provider, County Waste?
I think it's,
We have IWS,
that's funny, I don't remember.
right?
And my husband tells me they're supposed to pick up the recyclables on Thursday, he says, they just pick them up all at the same
Yeah,
time.
they
just
put it
throw
all,
them in
I
the
heard it
same-
all goes together.
I mean, why am I spend hours and hours, recycling everything.
Right.
So, maybe the suggestion here is we address the refuse refuse and garbage, and you have a meeting with the town to talk about the whole recycling problem.
Yeah.
Because didn't I hear that that's actually in the contract?
We gotta get the garbage hauler involved in that too.
Yeah.
It should be a joint meeting between the two villages and the town.
Well, and also, I was driving through my neighborhood, and there were two houses, I don't know if they moved. You could not believe what got thrown out, like last week, couch, like all the way down the block. Someone
Is
must,
there a big pickup day?
Yeah,
well, the
Thursdays.
pickup day's supposed to end,
It starts in April,
like
goes
April to November.
1st.
But I mean, this person,
December
No.
31st.
Yeah.
oh, is it? Okay, I didn't
So
think it was that
it's
long.
One large item.
No, this was like the block.
They
Yeah.
didn't clean it up, did they?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, I just noticed it wasn't there anymore.
Okay.
Couches and
Unless they made
furniture.
arrangements with the garbage hauler, right? They'll take
I
it
don't
from.
know.
Yeah, but maybe what has to happen, to John's point, is that, after the new year, schedule a joint meeting with the town, with the village of Harriman, and with the vendor, and let's discuss what currently is in place, what ideas are changed. I mean, we've
Mhm.
talked about going our own way if we could. I know the current contract, I think, goes through 28. But I have issues with the way things are done now.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tuxedo is IWS,
Okay,
and, yeah. and
all right, so let's just work with the
call
timelines.
them if you have a big pickup.
Big
and
bulk,
come
yeah.
pick it up.
oh, see, we've never had to call, we just put it out, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so then we'll go ahead with just getting on with timelines,
Mhm.
Okay,
and then trash going back, the container going back into the building, or back in the home, or whatever they do.
right, okay.
Any other comments or thoughts to add to any of that? Good, okay. Okay, next order, so this actually, I think, came in between our last meeting and tonight. Kim, correct?
The Hanukkah?
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Okay, so, because we did obviously approve the
Yeah.
request, but just for the board's resolution, I'm gonna put it into the minutes.
Yeah.
So resolve, the Board of Trustees approves the request of Chabad of Orange County to provide a Hanukkah memorial menorah display in Crane Park for Hanukkah from December 14th through December 22nd. Setup will be coordinated with DPW. Proof of certificate of liability insurance has been provided. I need a motion.
Berenger, sorry. Berenger will make the motion.
Carl will second.
Call question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried. Thank you.
We've heard nothing from Sacred Heart, correct, on the nativity?
Now,
On Thursday, he called me. I'm
Okay.
sorry. He just called me yesterday. They are going to be dropping in on Thursday. He set it up with Nick Gordon, and Aldo was aware of it.
Okay.
okay,
No,
so the
that's great.
nativity scene will be going up. Okay, terrific, thank you. All right, next order of business is the payment authorization for the Mill Pond Parkway Sidewalk Improvement Project, Scape Tech Landscape Technologies. Resolve, the Board of Trustees approves payment number 1 submitted by Scape Tech Landscape Technology for the Mill Pond Parkway Sidewalk Improvement Project in the amount of $503,191.25 to be allocated from budget line A 7110.2010 Parks, Crane Park Improvements. All documentation has been reviewed and found complete. Mayor Dwyer is hereby authorized to sign the voucher for the payment. I need a motion.
Ferraro, make the motion.
Carl will second.
Discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye. And if anybody hasn't seen it out there on the Mill Pond, across the street from the movie theater, from Lake Street all the way down to the dam, that whole sidewalk and the bump outs, and there'll be benches out there. It's really, it came out very, very nice.
Yeah, looks great.
The contractor did a great job, if anybody hasn't seen it. Okay, next order of business, a request to purchase DPW Avant snowplow. Resolved, the Board of Trustees approves the purchase of a new Avant snowplow in the amount of $4,811.20 from Westchester Tractor, Brewster, New York, pursuant to Sourcewell Contract 020223-AVT. This purchase will be charged to budget line A 5110.2400, Street Maintenance Highway Equipment. I need a motion to accept the purchase.
Carl will make the motion.
Second,
Ferraro, second.
discussion? Call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, I.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, aye, so carried, thank you. Next order of business is the authorization to sign the 2026 Independence Day Garden State fireworks. Trustee Carl?
Yep, resolve the Board of Trustees approve a contract with Garden State Fireworks, Millington, New Jersey, for furnishing and conducting a firework display on Friday, July 3rd, 2026, with a rain date of Friday, July 10th, in the amount of $25,000. 50% deposit of $12,500 due at signing a contract, $12,500 due immediately following the display. It is further resolved, Mayor Dwyer is authorized to sign a contract agreement with Garden State Fireworks, and I will put that in the form of a
Can I
motion.
get a second, please?
Ferraro, second.
Discussion,
Quick discussion.
please.
Last year's show was a $21,000 show. He held the price, but the tariffs is what ate up, and it gave us an additional $4,000, because a lot of this product comes from China, so,
Okay.
that's the reason for the bump up, but it will be the same exact show that we did last year. So, and I think that's worked out very well in our favor for the last, this will be, I believe, our 4th year with them.
Mhm.
I believe you're right. No, it's a great show. They do a great job. Okay, so we had a first and second. Any further questions? Call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye.
Carlisle.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, ayes so carried. Thank you. Next order of business, the Crane Park Streetscape Improvement Project, Kimley Horn Construction Phase Service Amendment. Resolve the Board of Trustees authorize Mayor Dwyer to sign the revised contract with Kimley Horn that includes additional services to an amount not to exceed $5,500 to be allocated from budget line A1440.4510, Crane Park Engineer Contractual. And for the public, Crane Park Streetscape Improvements, Kimley Horn, they're the ones that designed the project out there on the ponds that we just approved the payment of. They're the engineers and landscape architects, and it was their work. Right now, they're going into some final notes and some springtime lines that need to be addressed by them, so we've added this funding to cover that line. Can I get a first motion to accept?
Berenger will make the motion.
Second?
Carl will second.
Discussion? Call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye.
Carlisle.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, ayes so carried. Next order of business is the payment authorization number 4 for the Van Kuren Booster Pump Station project on the electric side. Trustee Carl?
Yep. Resolve the Board of Trustees accepts the recommendation of Village Engineer David Higgins, P.E., and approves payment number 4 submitted by TAM Enterprise Incorporated for the Van Kuren Booster Pump Station project, electric construction, in the amount of $14,930.68 to be allocated from budget line F8340.4500, distribution contractual. All documents have been reviewed and found complete. Mayor Dwyer is authorized to sign the voucher for payment, and I'll put that in form of a motion.
O'Connor will second.
Discussion? Call the question.
Berenger, aye.
Ferraro, aye.
Carlisle.
O'Connor, aye.
Dwyer, ayes so carried. Thank you all very much on that. Okay. Trustee Barger? Maybe?
The sheriff.
We did not yet. Did not yet.
Okay. That's up
Um,
here.
Right now. Yeah. I'll talk to that.
Sure. Just,
Please. Anyway,
um,
yeah.
I wanted to say what a great job our DPW has been doing. They always do a great job, but there was actually a water main break in front of my house last week, and it was really cold, and they were out there for hours, and they just always do a great job. And also with the plowing, I know we had that storm Sunday, and I had to head out to Brooklyn, and I was a little worried, and then the roads just look great from all the hard work that they did. They just know how to do it right with the salting and the plowing, and I wanted to applaud them for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We didn't have a chance last meeting, since we didn't have one, but on the Winterfest went really well. It was great. We had a lot of fun. I want to thank the Lions Club for donating the cookies and the hot chocolate, and most importantly, actually serving everything. So that was a great help. And it was just a great occasion. So hopefully we can do more of those.
Yeah, here. Lions Club really stepped up and really helped us out. They did everything. And the way I know that is because I was able to speak to anybody that came into the tent, outside the tent during the event. It was really, really, really cool, where typically in the past 12 years, I haven't had that opportunity.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to, be part of the work. But this gave us, and the board, an opportunity to meet with the folks. Bless you.
Bless you.
So it was really a great job. Appreciate the Lions Club and the relationship. They do the fishing derby. They're hoping to do more work with us, and that collaboration means a lot. It's a really cool thing, so we appreciate them. We also attended the Smith Clove Park Christmas lighting on the 6th. The Monroe Choir performed. They were great. It was freezing out, and these kids just, did a great job.
Yeah.
And all the efforts by the crew down there and their team, we thank them for that. Last week, we had a stuffed animal giveaway for the holiday season, sponsored by Senator Skoufis. It was wonderful. We have a bunch still here. I asked for some. So if you know any children that would like a stuffed animal, come on into Village Hall, see the clerk, and we've got a bag full, or if you want to bring that little child, boy or girl in, and they can pick whatever they like. There's probably about maybe at least 8 animals, I guess, different varieties, I would think. So it was pretty cool. Everybody that came in had a real fun time. They got coloring books. It was really nice. So we thank Senator Skoufis and his team. His whole team was here. It was really nice. I also want to thank the Pine Tree Elementary readathon. We all got an opportunity, I think all of us did, yes?
Yeah.
To go up and read. It was really special, and we appreciated them. I did the 5th grade Mrs. Romano's class. That was really nice. The kids are really engaged. They like it a lot. They think, as being the mayor, I'm going to be able to give them a day off. I let them know that can't happen. That's a different world. It's not me. But I'm just a little old mayor that ties my shoes like you do. So, but they were great. They're very engaging. They're very smart. Very smart. So it was a lot of fun. I'm honored to be there, as we all were. I didn't get to go. I was under the weather, but Trustee Carl and Trustee Farrell both attended the menorah lighting held by the Chabad family community up there on Gilbert Street. And it's an annual event. It's really, really well attended by the community and folks from outside the community. So they were up there, from my understanding. They had a great time.
Oh,
It was really special. What was really
A lot
cool,
of food.
they built a lot of food. There's always lots of food there.
Yeah.
They built a menorah out of Legos.
Yeah.
12 foot tall. Yeah,
Yeah.
very cool.
Fantastic.
So very clever, very cool, and Rabbi Pesach and his family are just the most warm individuals and family I've ever had the pleasure of dealing with. We have a great collaboration with them as well.
The police department was there as well.
Our police department, which is always a stalwart, given, and I don't want to, end this on that sad note, but given what had happened that weekend in Australia, the darkness of that, what the menorah lighting brought for me, and does every year, is the amount of light that comes from all the people, all the good people that really care about things, and that totally overshadowed the light, overshadowed that darkness from those deranged nuts. The rabbi and his congregation gave us an opportunity to have that experience. So that more particularly, poignantly, gave us that sense of hope from that light that was out there. So we thank our police department, because our police department is there to protect them, and they did. We got a great police department.
Can I add for the police department? This Friday is the graduation for K-9 Roscoe. He's an explosive detection K-9. So that's Friday up in Goshen.
10:30, right? Or 10?
10, yeah.
So that's pretty cool, and the fact that they picked Roscoe is pretty cool.
That's a
Yeah.
Great name.
great name.
After Roscoe Smith, so we appreciate that as well. And then last thing I want to touch on, and then I'm going to just pass it along to everybody else. So in Chapter 170 on streets and sidewalks, in our local code, which has been there before most of us have been on the planet, is the snow and ice shall be removed from within your home and your sidewalks within 24 hours after the end of a snowfall. Sidewalks in the front of commercial establishments and commercial parking lots shall be kept free of snow and ice at all times between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. And I want the public to know that because every year the conversation turns to whether they knew or not, whether they understand it or not. And every year in the fall, I send out notification, please make sure your leaves are curbside. Our guys are starting on November thereabouts 1st or whatever, October 1st, picking up leaves. And I do the same with the snow, letting people know. It's on our Facebook page, it's on our website, it's on our constant contact. If you don't have constant contact in the village, please let the clerk know. She'll get your email address, and we'll send you everything in real time. But it is important that everybody acknowledge that they do have a responsibility, if they have a sidewalk, to keep it clear, so that people can walk safely by their, any person's home. Kids getting on buses are not absolutely always picked up within their driveway. It could be down the block, and the child should not be in the street to get to a bus. So I hope everybody on TV land and the folks here do understand that, because that is important stuff. Having said all that, I'd like to wish everyone a wonderful, happy Hanukkah. Today is day 3 of Hanukkah, and a Merry Christmas to all those that celebrate Christmas, and a blessed and joyous New Year's for all of our folks in this community. God bless you all. Trustee Carl?
Yeah, just a few things. Have we gotten any clarification on the dumpster over here? Has that been removed from the street?
I don't know if it's been removed, but I got confirmation from him he was going to take care of it.
Okay, 'cause
That I got the other day.
All right, let's hope that happens.
Yep.
The next thing, I did send the board an email regarding the drone show. I don't know if you had an opportunity to
did.
take a look at it.
Yeah.
The price that I was quoted from what Chester paid, the price for 100, it goes by the number of drones. They want a 100 drone show would be $9,975. It's about a 12 to 18 minute show. Being 2026 is the 250th birthday of America, the United States of America. Not only do we put on a pretty good fireworks show here, but we're looking to possibly add the drone show along with it, similar to what the town of Chester has been doing the last few years, and it's turned out to be very popular up there. Orange County Park did it this summer also, and I'm going to have a contract by our January meeting, and I'd like to see if we can try to get a corporate sponsor to assist us with that, and then give them the advertisement to add that to the show.
Sure.
So that's being worked on. I've been in communication with the company that does it, so we'll let you guys know. Budget workshop, so we talked about, I don't know, I brought it up, are you going to start them early this year so we can get them out of the way?
Yeah, we're going to create a schedule. Trustee O'Connor's been working on that with Anthony.
Okay. Two more things, actually. The historical house down on 150 Franklin Avenue, they had their open house the other day.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to go down and see it. They had it all decorated for Christmas. Are we looking to move to have that parcel taken off the tax rolls? I mean, it's a benefit to the village.
You can if it's open to the public, and it is.
And the town. So I was wondering if it's something we're gonna look to do, and whatever paperwork we need to do with the assessor's office
Yeah.
to file for the tax exemption. I really think that should be done, because that's something that's benefiting
Everybody.
everybody. The town historian is down here a lot, and it seems like a great facility, but I'd like to see us move forward to remove that
Right.
parcel from the tax rolls. The last thing I have is an unfortunate thing. The food pantry at Sacred Heart lost their heat in the building that gets used, which is the old convent up behind the school. So the heat went out. We were up there on Monday working, and it was just as cold inside as it was outside. They are in they have to put a new furnace in, and it's going to be approximately $30,000. This food pantry benefits right now about 270 families in the Monroe area. So they are seeking any kind of donations. Anybody would be able to help offset the cost. And the checks can be made out to, you know, Our Father's Pantry or the Sacred Heart Church, and just in the memo, Right Food Pantry, boiler, and hopefully that's going to happen in the near future. I know they've closed the food pantry down now for the next 2 weeks because there is no heat. So those that, I know they have a pickup tomorrow where the cars line up around 9 o'clock in the morning and pick their stuff up. But that's where we're at with that. So anybody, if you can spread the word and send a donation, every little bit helps.
Send it to here or Sacred Heart?
Sacred Heart Church, or, you know, you put Our Father's Pantry in the memo,
Okay.
or just, you know, heat assistance, whatever, and they'll get it. So other than that, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you next year. Thank you.
Mr. O'Connor?
Merry Christmas to everybody, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year.
Okay. Council, do you have anything at this time? Anyone wishing to speak from the public? If you wouldn't mind coming up, give the clerk your name and come on up.
Hi, Carol Soteropoulos, 24 Strauss Lane, Monroe. Good evening. I'm hoping that in your packet,
Yes.
these draft resolutions and information about the MELT Act and the New York for All Act. So, not that you've had time to really peruse them, but that you have them. Okay, so that's important. Thank you. Well, 5 months ago, on July 15th, I came before you to talk about the fears spreading through the Monroe immigrant community. I came at that time because the outsized budget for ICE that had just passed Congress, the ICE budget being greater than the entire military budget of Italy, could mean very tempting funding offered to counties and localities that would agree to cooperate with ICE. I simply wanted then to bring awareness and emphasize that we should not enter into any such agreements. Imagine that at that time, the center of attention was on ICE actions in Los Angeles. It seemed so far away, the hideous Home Depot and farmland roundups that appeared on our TV screens, roundups that rob victims of their rights to due process, roundups that land all too many in detention centers and deportation planes, roundups that have less to do with arresting, imprisoning, and deporting criminals than with meeting an arbitrary quota. At that time, you, the board, assured me that the village would not choose to enter into any such cooperating agreements, and you have kept to that. In fact, you informed me at that time about the Hispanic Outreach Initiative here, and Police Chief Guzman informed me about the protocols set forth by the New York Attorney General, protocols that his department follows. The Monroe Police never ask anyone for their immigration status. This is to be applauded. And he told me about the resolve taken long ago to have bilingual officers in the department for at the present time. Since July, I've learned that Chief Guzman has met with the Hispanic community at St. Anastasia Church 3 times and is doing everything humanly possible to get the word out. If anyone has reason to fear that someone you do not know is coming to your door or is at your door, you may contact the police and someone will come to check that person's identity. As always, the chief's stated mission is community safety, which includes in his book doing what it takes to build trust and help the community to feel safe. And since then, I've learned much from Mayor Dwyer of the efforts to make immigrants comfortable here. He has been candid and gracious, and he reminded me that immigrants does not refer only to Latinos, but to many other new immigrants in Monroe as well. The commitment to advancing family stability, including the need to deal with serious housing issues, is palpable. Truthfully, in many ways, the Village of Monroe is a model for how best to show support for our immigrant neighbors. I'm here today on behalf of a loosely formed, nonpartisan, Monroe-based group, Hands Off Hudson Valley, and I was going to just wave around our logo. hands off Hudson Valley. Immigrant rights and protections are one of several initiatives that we work on. Right now, this issue is of the utmost urgency, and this is why we are here. You may not have had time to look over the documents we submitted to you regarding a request. And what is it that we seek? We are asking you, the Board of Trustees, to consider adopting resolutions pertaining to 2 proposed bills before our state, Senate, and Assembly. We have submitted resolution drafts and summary information about these 2 bills. One is the MELT Act, standing for Mandatory End to Lawless Tactics, a rather clumsy name for what amounts to emphasis on existing laws that require all policing agents, aside from SWAT teams, to be clearly identified, with the added prohibition on being masked. Even the FBI favors this, as cases of ICE agent imposters is on the rise. The second proposed resolution concerns the New York for All Act, which would prohibit state and local police officers from, 1, collaborating with ICE to enforce federal immigration laws, 2, from funneling people into ICE custody, and 3, from sharing sensitive information with ICE. It would prohibit ICE agents from entering non-public areas of state and local property without a judicial warrant, and would ensure that people in custody are given notice of their rights before being interviewed by ICE. These resolutions would be sent to our state senator, our assembly persons, the Speaker of the Assembly, the Senate President, the Lieutenant Governor, and the Governor. These are really kind of lateral enhancements to what the village already stands for. Mayor Dwyer asked if other towns around have done this. Exactly the question I would have asked had someone appeared before me with such a proposal. The answer is, honestly, I don't know. We have put the question to organizations that follow this kind of thing and are awaiting answers. What I can tell you is that an online search has turned up resolutions from the town of Hudson, from New York City, from Oneonta, and Cooperstown. And now I cannot help but return to our understanding of Monroe as a model. Your adoption of these resolutions would open the pathway for organizations in surrounding communities, especially communities with a strong immigrant demographic, to approach their boards, as we are doing. Of course, you need time to review and consider these resolutions, and we would appreciate knowing the process, timeline, and optimal way for us to follow up with you. And now I can't help thinking about what Mayor Dwyer explained as his priority in all matters, and as he told me, with lots of colorful anecdotal evidence. Okay, and that is, his priority is the people of Monroe. So we have to ask, do the board and the police department need such legislation in order to continue to perform their outstanding good works on behalf of our immigrant neighbors? No, not really. But will our immigrant neighbors benefit from the added protections, and most importantly, and we cannot stress this enough, from a lessening of the fears that have increased exponentially since that warm and sunny day in July when I last came before you? And so we see this as a kind of win-win situation, for you to consider these resolutions and to be, as a model, kind of lead the area. If there really are no other towns around that have done this yet, I think people are considering it, and we would love to be able to say that you are the lead in this. So we'd be happy if you would consider it. And I also brought, because I don't think it was in the packet, I don't know if you're interested, but this is just an article about what the FBI, sort of like, we don't want to say that we're, as I said, we're not partisan. You know the FBI is nonpartisan. The FBI is raising a lot of concerns about, pardon? Yeah, okay, thank you. So, yeah, that's the end. Thank you for listening. I know I went over the 3-minute time limit that I'm given. Hands-off Hudson Valley member who has something to add. Okay? Yeah.
is Nora Staffanel, and Carol and I have been organizing Hands Off Hudson Valley. I wanted to speak to you. What we largely have been doing is stand-ups, the second and fourth Saturday of every month, and we intend to continue to do them if we can stand the cold, but probably we will. Another initiative that we're interested in that I wanted to make you aware of is called Signs for Solidarity. And this initiative, which I would hope that you would support, but certainly that you would at least be aware that we're going to be asking. This is an initiative.
Nora, can you just pull the mic down a little bit toward you if you can?
I was afraid to touch it.
All right, I think it'll go down for you. Good.
Okay, is this better?
That's
Yeah,
better, sure,
thank you,
thank you.
yeah, okay. There have been dozens of incidents across the country of ICE agents entering small businesses without warrants and detaining people. Our immigrant community, of course, is frightened and concerned. So what we would like to do is to engage our small businesses and reassure the immigrant community that they are safe. So we would be asking them to post. Can people see you, or should I bring you close?
Sure, we actually have that.
You have that one, okay.
Yes, I
Oh,
have
you
that.
you probably
Yes.
posted them, yeah, okay. We want to post these in local businesses and to, help people to feel safer, and to encourage them to take a stand to protect our community. One of the points, Mayor Dwyer, that you had made to Carol that was something that had not occurred to me, was about the relationship between the immigrant community, well, the Hispanic immigrant community, and the Hasidic community, because many of the many members of the Hispanic community work for the Hasidic community, and they have come here for those jobs. They are valued by the Hasidic community, and I'm really sort of asking for help with this because I think the Hasidic community as well should be involved in standing up for their rights, since in fact they are responsible for the Latino community having come here. Now, I was hoping that Roni Banderas would be here, but he is on his way and apparently hasn't made it yet. So I'm going to have to do a lousy job here. People have asked who has been taken in our community, and there have been several. Obviously, I will not be giving names. My information comes from someone who works with the Hispanic community. And she knows families whose husbands have been taken. The first one had temporary protected status, and he was from Venezuela. No criminal records. He was detained for 5 months, moved various times until he was deported. He was taken without a warrant. Another person was detained because he had a DWI, and before he could appear in court, he was taken. After 5 months in detention, he too was deported back to his country of origin. Another person was detained on his way to work, no criminal record, no warrant, still in detention. And currently in Orange County Jail, we have the father of the Chinese 6-year-old being detained. So, this is happening here, and it's coming home, and it's going to get worse. So I would just want you to be aware that we'll be going to the local businesses and asking them, and to thank you so much for all the work you're doing. It's really great. Proud to live here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nora.
Okay, anyone else in the public wish to speak? Please. Regarding your situation? Yeah, so if you want, I would like to take that up with the board. So if you want to just hang out, if you want to bring it up. You can bring it up if you want now, or you could wait. I was gonna ask the council to wait. You wait, okay. So anyone else in the public, on any other public matter that you'd like to speak upon? Okay. All right, having said that, I do have, council, I need attorney-client and personnel. I need an executive session for both.
Okay.
I need advice and I need,
Then you would make a motion to go into executive session for advice of counsel.
Berenger will make the motion that we go into the executive session for advice of counsel.
second,
Carl, second.
call the question?
Berenger, aye.
Carl, aye.
O'Connor, aye.
All right, so carried. Thank you all, stay. Thank you all for attending, I appreciate it.